Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a massive intersection that is literally shaping our digital future: artificial intelligence and user experience. I mean, we hear about AI everywhere, right? It's easily the buzzword of the decade. But here's the thing. As companies race to build the next big algorithmic marvel, they're falling into a massive trap. They're focusing entirely on the tech and kind of completely forgetting about the actual human beings sitting on the other side of the screen. So today, we're going to break down some brilliant insights from user experience expert Khalil Laghari to understand exactly how we can fix this.
To really grasp the scale of this whole AI frenzy, let's just look at one number: $13 trillion. That's the estimated additional value AI could create globally every single year by 2030. To put that into perspective, that is a staggering amount of money, and it perfectly explains why the business stakes are just so incredibly high right now. Everybody wants a piece of that pie. But, as we'll see, how companies are trying to get that piece is exactly where the problems start.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the AI business hype. Second, we'll talk about the missing piece, which is UX. And then we'll walk through a three-step framework: discovery, design, and finally, testing, feedback, and principles.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the AI business hype.
Right now, there is just this intense top-down pressure to productize. We're talking 84% of C-suite executives who believe they absolutely must leverage AI to hit their growth goals. In fact, a lot of them think if they don't scale AI in the next 5 years, they risk going out of business entirely. No pressure, right? Because of this, business leaders and data scientists are scrambling to push AI capabilities out the door as fast as possible. But this creates a really dangerous cart before the horse scenario. The focus becomes entirely about what the tech can do, rather than what humans actually need. But hey, before we go any further, we really need to ground our expectations here. When we talk about productizing AI today, we're talking about artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. These are highly focused systems designed for a single task, like recommending a movie or spotting credit card fraud. They're absolutely brilliant at that one specific thing, but they can't do anything else. Contrast that with artificial general intelligence, or AGI. That's the sci-fi dream, the broad, human-level adaptive intelligence you see in the movies. The reality? Today's industry is entirely in the narrow intelligence space. We have to design for what the technology can actually do today, not what Hollywood promises. Basically, we're building really helpful movie recommenders, not Skynet.
Which brings us to Section 2, the missing piece, UX. This is where we need a major pivot. We have to shift from a tech-first mindset to a human-centric one. There's a great quote from the Google AI blog that hits the nail on the head. They say, if you are not aligned with a human need, you are just going to build a very powerful system to address a very small or perhaps non-existent problem. And wow, that is the ultimate danger of this whole AI hype cycle. You can have the cleanest data, the most brilliant machine learning engineers, literally the most advanced deep neural networks on the planet, but if nobody actually wants or needs what you built, it's a failure. User experience, or UX, is the antidote to that risk.
So how do we do it? Well, Khalil Laghari breaks the solution down into 3 foundational pillars of UX practice for AI. Pillar 1 is discovery. This is your strategy phase, where you really dig into the problem. Pillar 2 is design, the solution space, where you actually build the interfaces. And Pillar 3 is testing, the measurement phase to see if it all actually works. This framework is going to anchor the rest of our explainer today. Okay, let's dive into Section 3, discovery, finding the problem. Before a single line of code is written or a single algorithm is trained, a good UX professional hits the brakes and asks 2 absolutely vital questions. Are we solving the right user problem? And can AI uniquely solve this? You see, in traditional settings, an eager boss might hear about a cool new AI tool at a conference and immediately say, let's use this. But we have to stop falling in love with our slick AI solutions and start falling in love with our users and their actual pain points. To answer that second question, whether AI is uniquely suited for the job, we can look at where AI actually adds unique value. Does your user need to automate a really frequent, boring task? Do they need highly personalized content recommendations, or maybe predictions for future events? If yes, AI is a fantastic fit. But say they just need some simple static info, like looking up the company's vacation policy. You really don't need a $1 million conversational AI chatbot for that. A simple FAQ webpage will do the job perfectly, and honestly, it'll be way less frustrating for the user.
Moving right along to Section 4, design, building calibrated trust.
All right, so once we know we have a problem that AI is perfect for, we have to actually design the interface. And a huge tip for designing the onboarding experience? Drop the tech jargon. Seriously. If you build a smart running app, please don't tell the user it runs on deep neural networks and machine learning. They honestly do not care. Just tell them, hey, this app adapts to your fitness level to suggest workouts. Simple. Even more importantly, you have to build what experts call calibrated trust. You've got to set crystal clear boundaries on what the AI can and cannot do. If your chatbot says, hi, I'm your virtual assistant, ask me anything, you are setting yourself up to fail. The user is going to ask a complex question, the bot will get confused, and trust is instantly destroyed. You've got to be transparent about those limitations from day one. Now, another massive part of this is designing for feedback, because, as we know, AI models need data to learn and improve over time. Designers have to build two main types of feedback loops. First up is explicit feedback. This is direct, conscious input from the user, like giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down on a generated response. Then there's implicit feedback. This happens totally behind the scenes. It's tracking user behavioral data, like what articles you click on or how long you watch a video, to personalize your future recommendations. Both of these require really purposeful design so the system learns exactly what it's supposed to.
But listen, here is the absolute golden rule when it comes to gathering that implicit behavioral data. You must always give users the power of control. If your app is quietly tracking their history to give them personalized recommendations, there has to be a clear, super accessible way for them to view that data, edit it, and completely opt out of collection if they want to. User autonomy isn't just some nice-to-have feature, it's a foundational requirement of responsible design.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, Testing, Feedback, and Principles. So the product is built. Now, how do we actually measure its success? Well, when an AI product fails out in the real world, data scientists usually just assume the algorithm needs fixing. But UX professionals know there's a big difference between model tuning and usability testing. Think about it. Say you have a plant identification app. You take a picture of a leaf and the AI totally fails to identify it. Is the machine learning model bad? Maybe, but maybe the user interface just didn't tell them to use proper lighting, or maybe the camera angle was weird. A lot of the time, an AI failure isn't a math problem at all. It's a human environment problem, or a UI problem. Our testing absolutely has to account for the messy, unpredictable reality of human behavior.
And overseeing this whole process are some really important basic guardrails. Whether you're looking at Google's guidelines or standards from the government, it all basically boils down to a few core ideas. Keep things transparent and open. Build the system to be fair. Bake privacy right into the design from the start. And above all else, keep humans accountable. Because at the end of the day, AI is just a tool designed to serve people, not the other way around.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with a really fascinating thought drawn directly from Khalil Laghari's presentation. As AI capabilities continue to explode and become part of our everyday lives, ask yourself, what jobs or daily tasks would you be absolutely thrilled to hand over to an automated robot tomorrow? And, perhaps even more importantly, what are the jobs and interactions that must always, without question, remain fundamentally human? Keep that balance in mind as we navigate this incredibly exciting, rapidly changing digital world. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep asking the right questions.